Hello everyone, today I'll be showcasing a tutorial of how to set up a virtual machine to run your Mixer account 24/7. This way you can get Mixer points while you're offline, and that way your computer doesn't have to be on 24/7. For this tutorial you'll need a Windows PC or an application that can run RDP, which is Remote Desktop Protocol. I'm not sure how it works on Mac. I believe you can get an application from the App Store, which can from their App Store, which can do an RDP connection. So to start off for this tutorial, you'll need a Microsoft account. You'll need a credit card or debit card to verify your identity, and yeah, basically a Windows machine is preferred, so because it's built in with RDP. So once you have all that, you want to go ahead and hook up your Microsoft account to your Azure account. You should have a Microsoft account if you have a Mixer account, because that's one of the ways to log in, so that helps. And then you want to go ahead and verify your identity, and using your payment card, your debit card or credit card. And doing this will give you $200 worth of free credit for 1 month. They won't charge you after the month ends unless you continue and accept a subscription. So you should be fine if you just want to use this for the $200 free credit, virtual machines or whatever else you want to use. So once you have all that set up and you've linked it up to your portal.azure.com, and you're at this dashboard and you have a similar interface, you want to go ahead and create a new resource. Normally I use the Windows Server 2016 data center. I've had pretty good success with this. So it'll ask you to create a new resource group if your account is new. So go ahead and create a new one, name it whatever you want. So I'm going to go ahead and name this virtual machine. I'm going to name it General VM2, because I already have one named General VM. And you want to go ahead and choose your region, West US. So yeah, and then for ability or availability options, you can just skip that. For image, I just use Windows Server 2016 data center. You can choose whatever you want. It doesn't make a difference. And then if you want to really maximize your how much money you use on this, like if you do end up paying if you do end up paying more than the $200 because you sign up for their subscription, and you want to change how much money you're spending, you can choose through here what kind of CPU and how much RAM, how much input outputs you want. I'm not sure exactly what this translates to. I believe it's inputs outputs, but input output ports, but I'm not 100% sure what that actually does with regard to the computer. But yeah, you can go ahead and choose like what cost per month you want. So these are all the available ones for this. Normally I like to have at least 2 CPUs. RAM, you only need like 3 gigs of RAM, maybe 4, just to have enough to open your have your Chrome browser open, to have to do the basic setup. And then you want to have at least, like, I would say 2 CPUs. That way you can virtual CPUs. That way you can run the actual Mixer application through the Chrome browser without much issue, and with peace of mind knowing it won't crash over the night or something along the lines of that. So I'll choose B2MS for this purpose, because it has a good amount of RAM, good amount of virtual CPU. Looks like the max input outputs is fine. And yeah, that should be good enough for this example. Next, you want to create a username. I'll just have the username the same as the virtual machine name. That usually works. After that, you want to go ahead and generate a password. I'll go ahead and generate one. To log into your virtual, you'll use this password and username to log into your virtual machine through RDP, or remote desktop protocol. To log in through RDP, you're going to need to allow it to do that through allow selected ports option, and go ahead and select RDP. For this option, you want to just go ahead and leave it as no, and then once you're done with this, you're pretty much set to go. You can just hit review and create. It'll review all your options and make sure everything is in line. It'll give you about an hour per USD per hour, how much it'll be using, just so that you know. This doesn't really matter unless you're actually paying out of pocket, which you shouldn't be, since they give you $200 for free. Everything looks good, so we can go ahead and create. Creating should take up to like five minutes max. Normally it takes me 3 to 4 minutes, sometimes 2.5 minutes, but I've usually had 3 minutes. But we'll go ahead and wait and I'll come back to you guys once it's finished. Okay, so the deployment is complete. As you can see, it took 4 minutes and 40 seconds, so about under 5 minutes. We can go ahead and click go to resource. You'll see that the virtual machine is running. It's using Windows. So far it's it just finished setting up like 30 seconds ago, so it's not fully completely set up. For example, one of the ways you can tell is if you go to boot diagnostics. Well, it actually is set up. So right here, the time is 42 and 4:41. It took a screenshot of what the boot looks like when you boot the virtual machine up looks like, and this is what it looks like. But it might take another minute or 30 seconds right after it finishes deploying to fully boot up. So everything looks good. We can go ahead and look in here, and we can see that there is a RDP port, and this is just to make sure that we can actually do RDP through for this virtual machine. So we can go ahead and click connect. Make sure you're selected on the RDP option, and then go ahead and hit download RDP file. So once that downloaded, you want to go ahead and double click it, hit connect. It'll ask you for your username and your password. So that we call this one general VM2. Let me go ahead and get my password. So it's gonna prompt you about security. You can just go ahead and click this or read through it, and you'll see that now I am able to log into my virtual machine. So it's pretty easy to do and set up. The only thing you have left to do is to download Google Chrome. I just can't stand messing around with Internet Explorer's options. They have way too many hidden or security things that are just a pain in the ass to deal with. So go ahead and click no here. Give it a minute. It still hasn't fully booted up, so it has to boot or load the server management application, and that takes usually a minute. Alright, so as you can see, this is the server application, server manager. Just go ahead and close that. We don't need that. And go ahead and click don't use recommended settings, and I prefer not to be tracked, so I turn this off. Hit OK. So next you want to go to google.com. Go ahead, click yes. You want to go ahead and add Google to your trusted sites. Close. Go ahead and close this. So we want to go to Internet Options. We want to go to Security, and we want to set this to medium low. And then once we've done that, we want to add google.com to our sites, trusted sites. So it's already in there, so that's good. And we just hit apply, okay, and then relaunch our Internet Explorer browser. So you want to go ahead and find Google Chrome download. Go ahead and add Bing for now. I don't know why they keep prompt me about this. Go ahead and hit download and download Chrome. So you should be able to get this pop-up now once you added it to the safe list, and set the security to low. So go ahead and accept and install. We can go ahead and add download.google to our list. Close. It's gonna bug out and download won't happen, so we have to hit accept and install again. We want to hit save. Once it's done, you want to hit run. Now you should be able to just close Internet Explorer and basically forget about it. So go ahead to mixer.com/Paladins game. You want to get your Microsoft account. Sign in with Microsoft. So as you can see here, I've already hit like 96,000 sparks. That's from already like a previous day of AFKing. At one point I did log on and let's go ahead and disable the video so it's audio only. At one point I did log on and it looks like the Chrome browser did crash, but I think this time it shouldn't, because I added a better CPU, so it should be able to handle the load of the Chrome browser for the whole time. Basically now, if I close this as is right now, and I turn off my computer, it'll still be on, and if I open it right now, you'll be able to see that it's still working as it was when I left it. So everything's still the same. So basically you never have to worry about this once you've got it set up. Well, you might have to go back in and check and make sure that the browser is still up and it didn't crash, or somehow magically the virtual machine did a restart. Anyways, from there you're good to go. You can close it and forget about it and go to bed. Well, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. If you guys have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. I'll try to answer as many as possible. Have a good one. See you guys next time.